Alright, so our essential question today is, how do I divide fractions? There's a lot of different ways you can divide them. The way that I'm going to show you is just the keep, change, flip method. I feel like that's one of the easier ways to do it. But if that way does not make sense to you, once we get done with these notes, you can kind of do it however makes the most sense to you guys. Alright, so for the first example, you do not get common denominators. I mean, that's huge. So you don't have to worry about LCM or anything like that because we're going to essentially do multiplying. We end up doing the opposite or the inverse operation of division. Then you keep, change, flip, and then go back and multiply. Those of you who do cross product to simplify, that is where you do it. You will not see me do cross product. I don't do it. I don't like it. Doesn't mean you can't. It just means I'm not going to model it. But it is an option, and you do it after you've done your keep, change, flip, and then you multiply. You're going to multiply the numerator by the numerator and multiply the denominator by the denominator. And always, oops, I can spell that again. Simplify if possible. Alright, so this is going to be our example that we're going to use. So for note purposes, we're going to write the K, the C, and the F on all of ours that we're going to do for our notes. Now, if you continue to do that throughout the day for your practice problems, that is fine. If you don't want to do that, then you don't have to. Alright, so this means you're keeping the first fraction. So I'm going to rewrite 3/8. I'm going to change my division to multiplication, and I am flipping my second fraction, which becomes 12 over 9. And at this point, if you cross product, this is where you would do it. Again, I'm not going to model that, so you're not going to see it. And then you just multiply straight across. So what is 3 times 12? Christiana? And what is 8 times 9? Aiden? Alright, and then at this point, we're going to look at this, and we're going to say, can we simplify 36 70 seconds? Yes, we can. So, what goes into both 36 and 72? And what's a strategy that you can use if you're not sure? Like, what can we use to find the biggest factor? Mila? Not a factor tree, but the biggest factor in both of them. Right, you can find GCF if need be. Alright, do we need to do GCF, or do you guys know what number both will go into both of those? Jonathan? Yes, they can. There's one number that goes into both of the, well, there's lots of numbers that go into both of those, but what's the biggest one? Camden?
36.
Yes, we can divide this by 36. So when I do 36 divided by 36, I get 1. When I do 72 divided by 36, I get what? Aiden? 2. So the answer to this one is 2. Alright, how many of you guys remember this method? And how many of you guys choose this method to use? Alright, so for the next one, you're gonna notice our notes are gonna be fairly the same. There's only gonna be one difference. What do you notice in the notes that is different from the top one? Well, what do you notice about the numbers? Let me say it that way. Ronnie?
It's a mixed number.
It's a mixed number. So Ronnie, can we multiply, divide, mixed numbers?
And now don't you have to turn it into an improper fraction?
Right, we have to turn them into an improper fraction. So sliding down here, looking at our next set of notes, we do not get common factors, or common denominator, sorry. And we have to change to an improper fraction. So before we go any further, that is what we're gonna do. So 4 2/3, I'm going to multiply 3 times 4, which gives me what? What's 3 times 4? Olivia? 12. And then I'm gonna add 12 plus 2, which gives me what?
14.
14. So this new number becomes 14/3. So I'm gonna write 14/3 here, my division sign, and I'm gonna do the same thing for 2 and 4/9. So I'm gonna multiply 9 times 2, which gives me what? 9 times 2, Delilah?
18.
And 18 plus 4. What's 18 plus 4? Ronnie?
22.
So this becomes 22/9. Alright. So this is where it gets hard because there are a lot of steps when it comes to dividing fractions, especially mixed numbers. Because you have to do all this before you even get started. So that's why it's a little bit more difficult than just essentially multiplying. Alright, then we do our keep, change, flip, cross product if possible, follow the steps for multiplication, and then simplify if possible. Alright, so keep, change, flip. Someone tell me what I do after that step, after the first step. What do I do? Nobody knows? So I kept the first one. What do I do for the second one? What do I do for the second one? Christiana? Change the division to multiplication? Yep. And then what do I do next, Christiana? Alright, and then at this point, I'm just multiplying. So I multiply straight across and straight across here. Well, the bottom is easy. I know I'm going to get 66 for the bottom. The top is a tad bit more difficult. Stand up when you have your answer of 14 times 9. Alright, Kaya, what do you get when you do 14 times 9? 126? Alright, so at this point, we have 126, 66. You could technically leave it like that and simplify, but I would like to change it back to a mixed number just to kind of practice that a little bit. How do we change this back to a mixed number? You guys did what? 18 problems of this last night? So every hand should be up, because you had a ton of practice. Not even telling me like answer-wise, just tell me what I'm gonna do. Elisa? Yeah, so I'm gonna divide 126 divided by 66. Alright, how many times can I multiply 66 to give me 126 without going over? Ronnie?
Once.
One time. Alright, so my answer is 1 and 60 over 66. Now, can I simplify 60, 66? Good Lord, that's a whole lot of sixes. Mikael.
You can, simplify 60 and 66 by 6.
So I can divide it by 6? Okay. So that will give me 1 and 10 over 11. So that will be my final answer for that one. Alright, give me a thumbs up when you have this written down. Okay, so I want to take a minute and I want you guys to look at all of the work we did for this one problem. Do you see how many places you could have made an error?
Yeah.
Alright, so dividing fractions is not hard. It's everything that goes into dividing fractions that makes it hard. Because the keep, change, flip part, that's the easy part. You know you gotta flip that second one, change your operation. But it's this step, and then it's this step, and this step, and this step that makes it so hard. Alright, so slide over to the next page. You guys are doing number 1, 7/8 divided by 1/4, keep, change, flip, and then stand up when you have your answer. Alright, we should only be doing the first one, and it should not be taking us this long to do the first one. Alright, have a seat. So, we keep the first one. raise your hand and walk me through the rest of this. Alright, Jonathan?
Change the operation to multiplication
Okay,
and flip 1/4 to 4/1,
okay,
which gives, and then you multiply straight across, which gives you 28/8,
okay.
which can be simplified to 7/2. And if we change it to an improper fraction, it would be 3.5. I mean, mixed number.
Did we change it to an improper fraction?
I mean, change to a mixed number,
We will, so,
which gives 3.5.
right, how many of you guys got that answer? Huh?
It took me a minute, because I wasn't thinking about the number 4.
Well, and you don't, and this is where people prefer, and this is where I'm very much do what you like to do best. If you like to simplify before you change, great. Or if you like to change and then simplify, I'm okay with that, okay? Camden, you have a question, sweetie? Nope. Alright, so the next one, keep, change, flip. Do your work for the 6 4/5 over in this area, and then do everything else. Go ahead.
Question.
Alright, stand up when you have your answer. Why are you throwing pencils at Troy?
No.
You threw a pencil at him. Troy, it was a joke. You can smile. Alright, go ahead and have a seat. So, someone walk me through this process first, the 6 4/5. I need new friends. Alright, Zoe. Sorry, Zoe R. Alright, so you said multiply 6 times 5, which gives me 30. And then I'm gonna add 4. Which gives me 34 bits. Alright. someone else walk me through this next process. Milo, thank you for volunteering. Okay, which means what? What does keep change flip mean? Okay, then what? Alright, what do I get when I multiply straight across? And then what? You what? You divided it by 12? I can't hear anything you're saying. You did division and got your answer. So when you do 68 divided by 5, what do you get? Yeah, sorry, it should be 13. Yeah, sorry. That should be what, 65?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Questions about dividing fractions? Alright. Take this, go ahead, glue it into your notebook. And then close your notebook so that I know we are ready to go over the rest of what we're doing today. Alright, close your notebooks. Alright, so for today, we just did the guided notes on dividing fractions, so you are going to come in and click on this dividing whole numbers by fractions. These are pretty simple, y'all. Like, I'm not trying to do you in by throwing a ton of hard fraction problems at you. This is, again, just getting used to dividing. Now, you'll notice it says a Dr. bowl holds 3 cups of food. Each scoop of food is 1 quart cups. How many scoops will it take to fill the bowl? So in your notebook, for number 1, you're going to do 3 divided by 1/4. Now, what do we do with that 3? Do we change it to 3 over 3, or do we put 3 over 1? Camden? 3 over 1. So this becomes 3 over 1 divided by 1/4. You do keep, change, flip. So 3 over 1 times 4 over 1 gives you 12 over 1, which gives you 12. So it takes 12 cups to fill that bowl.
That's a lot of food.
That is. It's a big bowl. So this is the expectation for all of these problems. Like, you're showing me each step. So we went from the problem. Yes, you have to write the problem. So we went to doing this. You don't necessarily have to do keep, change, flip unless you need to. But you do have to do the keep, change, flip, and then you get your answer. Either simplify it, change it to a whole number, or change it to a mixed number. Do not leave it as an improper fraction. Alright, so if I go back, I think there's 12. So that's number 1. So you guys are doing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You're not doing that many. So stop at 11.
Okay.
Okay, so just do the first 11. Now, that's not it. So once you're done with this, I know on the thing it says it'll become homework. I don't want you to pick that. That's not your homework. What I want you to do today is you're either picking this one or you're picking this one. Alright, so if you pick this one, it's going to force you to make a copy. You're going to hit make copy. And then it's one of those reveal picture things again. Alright? And you're just changing your improper fraction to a mixed number. So if we change this improper fraction of 17 halves, what am I going to multiply 2 by to get close to 17? Emma?
8.
Which gives me 8 1/2. So that's what I would put in this box right here. And it reveals part of the picture. Okay? No, it's got to be fractions. These are all fractions. And you'll notice I put a space in between. So like if I didn't put this space right here, I don't know.
That
won't.
makes it look like it's 81.5.
Right, so you have to put that space in between your whole number and your mixed number. And just use the slash. Alright, the other one, if you click on this one, again, it's going to make you make a copy. Maybe. And then you're changing, again, improper fractions to mixed numbers. So, looking at the first one, you have 7/3. So I'm going to do 7 divided by 3. What do I multiply 3 by to get close to 7? Troy? 2. So this becomes 2 1/3. So you have to be careful with this one and make sure that you put your whole number there. And then again, it gives you some of the picture. Yeah, it will tell you if you're wrong. So like if it was wrong, you guys see how it was a red X and so I put the whole number in?
Yeah.
Let's say that I put 4 here. Tells me I'm wrong. Okay? So again, you're picking either one of these, whichever one you want to do. I don't care. That is going to be your homework though, not the dividing fractions task cards. Okay? Any questions? Do you have to do your work in your notebook?
Yes.
Yes, you do. And if you click open up your notebook, turn a page. Just title it improper fraction / mixed number homework. Alright, questions? Yes, sir. If you choose to do both, I'll give you extra credit for one. So, I mean, if you want to do both, I'll give you extra credit for one of them, and then the other one, obviously, I'll just count it as homework. You are going to be, I'll make an assignment on Canvas. I hate doing that because I feel like sometimes I'll make an assignment and just upload whichever one you decide to do. Okay? Try that. If that doesn't work, we'll just have you guys share it with me. I don't know. Alright, any questions about what you're doing for the remainder of the class period? You gotta get some practice in first.
Okay.
So, depending on how we're working and how we're doing, possibly. If not, it'll definitely be next week. You're allowed to move around the room, you're not working with a partner, you're independently working.